Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Look at the question in front of you. Here the question says that use the figure to name 5 points. So clearly we can see so many points in the example in this particular given figure. Let's quickly write them down. So I can see point D. I can see, so now I'm just writing PT in front of D. So this is point D. I can see a point E. Then we have point O. Then we have point C. So how many I've done? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one left. And the last one is point B. So these are all the points that we can see in the image, right? Now the next one says use the figure to name a line. Just a single line we need to name. We can see that this particular line DEOB, this particular we can see is a straight line here. Okay, so here we can use any of the 2 points on this line to name the line. I am using point EB, and because this is a line, I am putting this bar with 2 arrows on top of it. So the line EB. You can also say that the line is DB, or you can say that the line is OB. Anything. Every answer is correct. Now in the C part, we have to name 4 rays. Okay. So ray, one endpoint needs to be there and it should go endlessly in the other direction. So keeping this in mind, let's start with this point O here. Okay, I can see so many rays are getting out from this point. So let's name them O, B. This is one ray. Okay, you can see I've on the top of OB I have drawn a bar and arrow in just one direction. So this is one ray. Then I can see OC. This is one ray. Then from this point O I can write OE and I can write OD. So these are all the examples from this particular image of rays. Now lastly, we need to write 5 line segments. Line segments means we need to find a particular line that is having 2 endpoints. Okay, so I can clearly see that DE are 2 endpoints. So I'm drawing it with a small bar on top of it. Then I have DO. Look at this. I have, instead of EO first, I have written DO. So you can also just choose any 2 points from the image. Okay. So similarly, I can write DB. Okay. Then I can also write EO. This is another point. Okay. How many done? Okay. So now the last one is left, OB. Okay, so these are all the points. These are the fixed endpoints. And now you must be thinking that OB can be ray. OB was also written as ray. So here, just the difference is that on top of OB here in rays, I have drawn a small arrow at the top. However, in line segment, I haven't drawn this arrow. I have just put this bar to show that I'm just talking about the line which is in between O and B. Only these 2 points. The distance between these 2 points, I'm talking about that particular length. So it is a line segment. I hope it's clear. Moving ahead to the next question. It says name the line given in all possible 12 ways, choosing only 2 letters at a time from the 4 given here in the image. Okay, so let's get started. We are going to write this particular image where we are given 4 points in 12 possible ways. We are going to do this and we are going to name the line. Okay, so let us see how we can do this. So starting with the longest line, line AD. Okay, now again, if I'm done with line AD, I can also write as line AC. Similarly, I can write line AB. Okay, so AD, AC, AB. Okay, so these are done. Now I can also write line BD. I can write line BC. I can write line BA. I hope it's clear. We are just choosing any points. I hope you remember that we did discuss this earlier, that there can be any number of points on a straight line and we can just choose any point to name the line. Okay, so this is done. Now let's start from C. So here it's CD. Okay, then it is CB. Then it is CA. Okay, so how many? 9 are done. Okay, let's see. Now D is left, right? So DA, DB, and the last one, DC. Cool. So we are done writing 12 possible ways. From just 4 points we have written 12 ways that are possible to write from these given 4 points, to write down all the name of the line that is given to us in this one figure. So do you see, there are so many ways to write it down. This is a wonderful example to understand this, that how we can name a line. Now moving ahead to the next question. Let's discuss this one. Here, use the figure. You can see the figure in front of you. In this figure, we have to find let's see the first problem that we are going to work. Line containing point E. We are going to name the figure which is having the point E. So we just need to write the name of a line. So I am writing line. It needs to contain the point E. So line AE. This particular line contains point E in it. Then it says line passing through A. A line that is passing through A is again AE. This is the line that is passing through point A. Then the third one is line on which O lies. So where is O? Okay, here it is. So we can see that line OC, or we can write CO. Both ways we can write the name of a line. So either we can write CO or we can write OC. CO or OC, both ways we can write a line. Okay, because we don't have any end point here. Both the sides are endless, so we can just name it as either way. So it's correct. Okay. Now the last one, two pair of intersecting lines. Okay, so any two lines that have got a point of intersection. So we can clearly see that we have got 2 points of intersection. So the first one is line CO and the line CO and AE. This is one pair of intersecting lines. And let's see what is the next one. It is AE and FE, or we can write EF. Either way it's correct. So these are the 2 pairs of intersecting lines in this image. Okay, moving to the next one, the fourth question that we have. In this question, it is saying that how many lines can pass through one given point. How many points can pass through one given point? I hope you remember we did discuss about this. If I'm putting a single point here, how many lines can pass through it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I can just go on and on and on and on. And the answer is infinite. The answer is infinite number of lines can pass through one given point. Okay, so now it says that how many lines can pass through 2 points. How many lines can pass through 2 points? I think I can draw only one point, only one line which can pass through these points. I can just name them A, B. So you can clearly see that if I have got 2 points, only one line can pass through it. But if I had just 1 point, I have infinite many lines passing through it. Okay? Moving ahead. Now, the question says draw a rough figure and label suitably in each of the following cases. So in the first one, point P lies on line AB. So let us first draw a line AB. So this is a line and let us name it as AB. We need to draw a point P. So here is the point P. Okay, and it is lying on the line AB. Simple it was. Moving to the next one, line XY and line PQ intersecting at M. So it's simple. We need to draw two intersecting lines and let me just name it as X, Y and line P, Q. And where are they intersecting? They are intersecting at point M. So this is the point of intersection. Now the next one, C part, it says line L, this is L in italics, contains E and F but not D. So I'm going to draw a line L. So this is my line L. Okay. It contains point E and F. So I can draw point E here and I can draw point F here, but not point D. So what can I do? I can just place a point D anywhere on my slide. So this is point D, which is not lying on this particular line L. Okay. Now the last one is line OP and line OQ meet at O. Okay. So simple. Line OP and line OQ. So these are the two lines that meet at O. If you want, you can extend the lines endlessly. Again, it's okay to do this. Okay, so we can see line OP and line OQ. You can also write these points here. Either way, it's correct. Okay, so we can see these lines are meeting at the point O. Moving to the next one. Look at this image here. We need to consider the following figure of line MN. So here we have this particular points. Let's just put the points here for all these letters. Okay, so here for all these letters we have marked the points. So it is saying consider the following figure of line MN. So they have used this particular part to name the line. Okay, and I hope you remember that we can name a line in as many ways as we can. Okay, say whether following statements are true or false in whatever context. Let's see. The first part, Q, M, O, N, P are points on the line MN. So let us see. Q, yes, Q is on the line on MN. It is falling. M is again a point on MN. O, N, P, all these points are very much there on the line MN. So we can say the answer is yes. Now moving to the next one. M, O, N are points on a line segment MN. Now look at this very carefully. Now they're not talking about the whole line. They're just talking about MN. Just this part, just this portion of line. Okay. This is of fixed length from M to N. From M to N, they are saying R, M, O and N are these 3 points on the line segment MN. Again, the answer is yes. Clearly, M, O and N are on the line segment MN. Right? Now the last one. M and N are end points of line segment MN. So answer is again yes. They are the end points of the line segment MN. Now I hope this is clear. Let's move to the next question. Okay, so we are still left with 3 parts of the same question. Let's just mark these points again on the line. So these are the points on the line. So the D part says O and N are endpoints of the line segment OP. O and N are the endpoints of line segment OP. What do you think? They are already saying that O, N. And what is the name of the line segment they are saying? OP. So do you think they are right? No, they are not. So the answer is no. If you are talking about line segment OP, so the endpoints will be O and P, not O and N. Okay. Now let's move to the E part. M is one of the endpoints of the line segment QO. A similar kind of question. They are saying line segment OQ. So what are the endpoints of line segment OQ? The endpoints are Q and O. So do you think that M is one of the endpoint? I'm sure you know that the answer is a big no. M is not the endpoint of the line segment QO. Now the last one, M is point on ray OP. M, look at this carefully. M is a point on ray OP. So if they are saying ray OP, so where is it starting? It is starting from point O, and where is it going endlessly? In the direction where we have point P. So look into your image. This is the part where we have the ray OP. So do you think M is anywhere on this particular ray? The answer is again a big no. I hope this is what is clear to you. Now let's move to the next part. Okay, the next part is part G. It says, let's first mark all the points again here. Okay, so it is saying that ray OP is different from ray QP. Ray OP is different from ray QP. Do you think they are different? The answer is yes. But why are they different? They are different because they are starting at different points. One ray is starting from point O and the other ray is starting from point Q. So they are different. Okay. Now the next one is ray OP is same as ray OM. Now look into the figure. Ray OP is same as ray OM. Do you think so? The answer is no. They are not same. Even though they are starting from point O, but here O is going in the direction of P and OM is going in the direction of M. They are in the opposite directions. So the answer is no. They are not the same. Now the next one is ray OM is not opposite to ray OP. Ray OM is not opposite. Read this carefully. They are trying to trick you with the words. If they would have said ray OM is opposite to ray OP, so the answer would have been yes. But now what they are saying, ray OM is not opposite to ray OP. So the answer is, I hope you said that OM, it is opposite of ray, but it is saying that not opposite. So what will we say? That the answer is no. They are opposite. Okay. So the next one is O is not an initial point of OP. Again, they are trying to trick us. Is it right to say that O is not the initial point of OP? They are wrong. So again, we can say that no. O is an initial point of OP. So what are they trying to trick you with? They're just tricking you with a small word not in between. So whatever the answer, just write the opposite of it. Okay, think it carefully. Here they are saying that O is not an initial point, but in actual O is an initial point of ray OP, right? So the answer is no. N is the initial point of NP and NM. NP and NM. Clearly, we can see that NP and NM has got N as a point, right? So, is it an initial point here? The answer is yes, it is an initial point of both the line segments NP and NM. With this, we are good to end our class. I hope what you have learned well today, you are going to remember it throughout your life, right? So with this, we are good to say goodbye. Keep learning.